I mean, hello. Welcome in. It's a new Sarah Fraser Show podcast. And oh my God, is the tea hot? We are live on TikTok. If you are on my TikTok, we have Alabama in the house. We have Pennsylvania here. We have England. I love the English. I mean, have you been to London, honey? And have you been to Stratford-on-Avon? Yes. Where Shakespeare lived? Okay. Go there. I love me a Shakespeare moment. I love me. Oh, and Texas is in the house. I want to go to Texas so badly. I was telling all my TikTok people, I don't think there's a state I don't love. You know what I mean? Like, I would get on great with the Texans, with the Bammans. And don't leave me alone in Texas with a man with some oil money and a truck and them boots. Okay. You know what? I am married, but thank God my husband doesn't have TikTok. All right, we have a ton of tea to get to, so you need to share this live. The sister wives have made the Washington Post. What in the hell is a legit news organization covering sister wives? Sister wives is in the Washington Post. That is how huge the sister wives movement is this morning. We'll recap briefly. Part 3 of the tell-all went down last night with Suki. We also have some other news. Welcome to Plathville now has a release date for season 7. Is Olivia Plath coming back after she went on her TikTok, publicly posted a video of an email she sent to the executives of TLC wanting out of her contract and alleging that they put racist, sexist, honey, she said they put anybody on TV. They don't care what you up to on your social medias. And she wants out. So is Olivia going to be on? And when is Welcome to Plathville coming back? We also have some of the first pictures of Julie Chrisley. Now, I need to give this woman credit. Oh, my God. It's actually not me. It wasn't sent to the Sarah Fraser Show. I will find the credit and give it to this woman on Instagram. I will tag her. Julie Chrisley, the first pictures from prison at a Target. She and Todd wasted no time. They got out of that slammer. And remember when the conditions were so bad for Julie and Todd? Julie looks like $1 million 11 days after prison. Okay, excuse me. When your family member came out of jail, did they look this good? Now, mine actually did when mine came out because mostly they were in for DUIs and pills. And they actually looked good, but I guess they were at these low security prisons like Julie. And I'm just thinking to myself, remember when Savannah was like, oh, Julie and Todd, they're in trouble, they're in danger in that jail. Julie looked pretty good. She's lost some weight, so I'm sure it was like a bit traumatic, but she looks damn good. All that, we have RHOC is getting a return date. My girl Monique Samuel's coming back to RHOP. We have a lot to get to. Okay, so let's start with Sister Wives, where we love to start. Sister Wives last night, part 3 of the tell-all. What did you think? Getting some mixed reviews from fans this morning. I did a full recap. It's up right now on the Sarah Fraser Show. Why are we getting mixed reviews about Sister Wives from last night? Well, a lot of people felt like, okay, you know, we know Meri and Robyn are not friends, right? We know they're not friends. Even the family seemed annoyed, meaning like Meri, Janelle, Christine, answering like PDA questions. You know, they're never going to be hooking up with Kody again. So why are we going there? Other people really loved last night because Suki pressed this family on sex and money, honey. Okay. So, you know, it's a mixed bag per usual. I have to say, I thought the first 2 part 2s were really good. I thought Janelle came out of the gate swinging. I thought we confronted Robyn about being called a sacred cow. I mean, we played the clips. We watched Robyn squirm. You know, Kody basically dodging questions, doing a stare off with Suki. I thought the first 2 were like fire. This one, it was okay to me. I mean, the money with this family to me, you know, and when I say the money, last night we heard a lot about like, where did all the money go? Janelle was supposedly the bookkeeper, and she's like, Kody uses that as an excuse for everything. Yes, did I do some of the finances? Sure. But ultimately, Kody made the decisions. Okay. To me, the money thing was like, isn't that like every divorced couple? A lot of y'all are on my live. We got over 200 people on my live. I mean, when you were getting married, did anybody track any of the finances? And then the minute things go south, you're like, they spent more than I did. He spent this, or he accuses you of spending more. I mean, to me, the money stuff is like moot point. They were all in it together for a long time. Now, the part that a lot of people are finding so shocking, and this is what I want to ask you guys. What is being talked about in the Washington Post this morning? So, Sister Wives has now made the Washington Post, which is wild that this show has transcended to like legit media. Is what a lot of people are realizing in season 18 and 19 is how much these guys were essentially faking it. And were they faking it solely for a TV show and the money? I sure hope so. A lot of people are now equating the Sister Wives family to Teresa and Melissa Gorga and Teresa Giudice. You know, we found out a year ago, 2 years ago, that Melissa and Trey and Joey Gorga really hated each other for a very long time, but they kept it together. They interacted for TV for a decade, and now they want nothing to do with each other. That came as a shock to me. Well, fans this morning are really, and the Washington Post article, which I'm going to get into more of it, because it not only is like, wait a minute, we're finding out these women and Kody have been faking this for essentially a decade, so we'll watch. But then the Washington Post also ties it into why people vote for Trump. I don't even know how we get to A to Z on that, but I'll tell you what the article says. Okay, so why people are upset, shocked about last night and season 19 is people, you know, Christine admitted last night that essentially when Robyn came into the family, which a lot of people have an issue with this, by the time Robyn had come into the fold, she and Kody were beginning to head south anyhow. Their relationship was basically over. She confesses this all last night. Their relationship was over. They were in a sexless marriage, essentially. I was shocked they were doing it 5 times a year. 5 times a year for people who hate each other is pretty good. Right? And essentially, when the TV show started, Christine and Kody were already checked out of their relationship. Okay. So then people are like, so you guys went along with this for a decade? We know Meri. The catfishing incident was how many years ago now? 8 years ago? You know, so people are really realizing this family hasn't really liked each other since probably season 2 or 3, that it all went south and yet they all stayed together. And the question is why? Why did they stay together? Well, most people feel they stayed together for television, just like Melissa and Teresa and Joe Gorga, that they did it for the money, the fame, and they stayed together. So what do you all think? I'll go to the TikTok lines, but that's essentially one part of the Washington Post article is we are seeing a family that they didn't like each other for a long time. Kody has been over Meri and like distancing himself, not having sex with Meri, done with Meri for years. Christine admits last night, checked out from the moment Robyn walked in the door. Janelle, maybe a little bit more complicated. And I think of all the wives that Kody, of all Kody's exes, I think he actually, and he said this, Janelle is the one that he would still be with, right? So let's go to the TikTok lines and see what you say. Somebody said, I heard Robyn just wanted fame. They just keep going on around and round in circles just to get the money from the television network. A lot of people, Naya, feel the same way that you do. A lot of people feel that they are doing it for the money. And that is why they have remained on television. Candid says it's so evident she was over it by episode 1. They needed the money from TV. Well, they got big money from TV. They've been on 19 seasons. Okay, let's see what else. I thought there was some other really good comment that I wanted to say. Okay, why did they even do the show then if they never liked each other? I think for the money. For the fame. You know, okay, let's get into the Washington Post article. If you have a Washington Post subscription, it's worth reading today if you're a fan. And if you don't, I bought 7 days. I no longer have a Washington Post subscription. But I paid for the 7 days because I'm like, I really want to read this article. Okay, the article, and actually I like the way Monica Hess is her name. She's an opinionist. I actually love the tone of this article. It's quite snarky. She has been a long time Sister Wives fan, and she does a quick refresh of the show. You know, it first aired in 2010, and it was piggybacking on the popular Big Love show on HBO, which everybody knows was a fictional modern polygamy show. If you haven't watched it, that's amazing too, with Bill Paxton basically playing the Kody-like character, right? So it gets its debut because polygamy was very hot in 2010. You also had the Duggars. You had a lot of these big families. John and Kate +8 was kind of ending. There you go. Okay. So the bulk of recent episodes, according to Hess, who's the writer, was spent figuring out what to do about Coyote Pass, the overpriced land on which the family once intended to build a compound before everything went to hell. So now Christine is remarried. Meri is running a B&B back in Utah. Janelle has moved eastward with her grandbabies and her farm dreams, but all of them keep having to drudge back to Flagstaff to bicker one more time. And it's basically all for controversy and money. That's what Hess's whole thing is. Why couldn't Kody just admit that once he met Robyn, he started ignoring his other wives? Why couldn't Meri admit that her mid-series catfishing incident was an emotional affair? Did the family ever really function, or was it just held together by a sticky paste of tuna casseroles and scripture? Here is Kody, once an earnest and good-natured lunkhead, gradually getting red-pilled by the manosphere. And here is Meri, whose self-improvement journey dumped her at the altar of Brene Brown and Mel Robbins. So now Hess goes on to tie this politically to why people vote for Trump. You can, whatever you want to read into this, okay? I'm telling you, she says, the answer to every political pollster's question of the Trump era, how will the residents of flyover states deal with COVID, with vaccines, with transgender issues, with health insurance, with poor retirement savings, is explored in one Sister Wives episode or another. It's got every possible archetype. It's the most American show on television right now. There are podcasters who make their entire livings analyzing Sister Wives. Thank you for the shout out, Hess. There is an honest-to-God communications professor who uses Sister Wives as a weekly opportunity to teach his listeners about communication theory. Hess goes on to say, this article is so good, you should go and read it. Hess basically goes on to say that Sister Wives represents the American voter, because here is a family that prided themselves on religion. They said, oh, we're uber religious. Janelle donated to RFK. Trump, Kody has donated to Trump. And basically, but at the same time, right, they have every sort of opposite of conservative values. Meri is supportive of Leon, who's trans. Christine and Kody both went to their lesbian daughter's wedding, and, everything in between. I mean, it's so interesting. The article is fascinating. She ties every single, I guess, Trump voter to basically the Sister Wives, saying that it's a mishmash of controversy and contradiction. And if you want to try to explain the American voter, watch one episode of this show. Excuse me? Are you trying to say that we're all like contradictions like the Sister Wives family has? You're goddamn right. You're absolutely right. Let's see. Hess goes on to say in the Washington Post article, through the Sister Wives, viewers get a master class on the mechanics of reality TV. These 5 adults managed to put on a happy facade for a really long time. So Hess is calling them out as phonies, I think, my opinion. But since the cameras kept rolling, eventually the facade melted. Turns out they spent a lot of the early seasons lying to us and to themselves. Meri and Janelle didn't just have a complicated relationship. They could barely stand to be in the same room as one another. Christine wasn't just going through a rough patch with Kody. She was actively fantasizing about leaving for years. Midway through the season, a tragedy struck that is so unspeakable. Now, this is where I disagree with Hess. I worry to even bring it up in this snarky column. One of Kody and Janelle's sons, we all know, Garrison, passed away by taking his own life after he had struggled with alcohol and depression for a long time. We were told something else we didn't see on screen, which had been brought up by the isolation of COVID. And viewers who are human couldn't help but wonder about the other contributing factors. Was his fractured family to blame? Were we, the audience members who kept turning in to watch this ridiculous train wreck, also to blame? I couldn't imagine the show would continue after that event, and yet there we were the next Sunday watching the grief-stricken parents trying to make sense of it. Excuse me, Hess, that's what reality, you sign up for all of it when you put yourself on reality TV. So this article, I think, sums up where everyone is at, but Hess kind of leaves on a good note with the Post article. She says, because every one of us living out this broken current reality of America, that's her quote, not mine, is also trying to figure out whether an RFK Jr. supporter can sit down with a manosphere resident and a chipper Disney princess and an MLM high seller, that's Meri, She refers to Christine as the Disney princess, and try to remember what we have in common. Try to envision what it would be, what it would look like if we could ever put it back together. Try to remember that a family is still a family and a country is still a country, no matter how much you hate each other. So you just have to grit your teeth and try again next season. Oh, I like you. You snarky and you make us think. Okay, bitch, you can come on this show anytime. Anyhow, go and run and read this Washington Post article. Becky says, what are you reading? Very fascinating Washington Post article that dropped about sister wives today. It really explores, has the family lied to us for a decade to stay on television? And it also explores, is Sister Wives, one episode of Sister Wives, does it explain the American voter in one episode and essentially why Trump has been elected in RFK? Her words, not mine. I know a lot of you love Trump. I know a lot of you hate Trump. But anyhow, in the article, it basically says the Sister Wives family explains the political atmosphere. This family is based supposedly on, well, was conservative values, marriage, getting closer to God. They've donated money to Trump, RFK Jr., yet they love their trans kids, their gay kids. They go to the weddings, they show up, they party. Now they're into PDA. Also, they hawk MLMs. I mean, welcome to everybody, right? Isn't everyone a walking contradiction? I mean, isn't it the people in your life? There's a few people that live very religiously, I will say that. That I know that are truly, they practice what they preach. But most people, including myself, right? You say one thing, you do another. Anyhow, Kody opened Pandora's financial box with that comment about, wait a sec, about the kickback. It's crazy. Why not? They brought it up in the show. Not other people's kids. My religious family are two-faced. Well, I mean, aren't most religious families two-faced? I didn't grow up that conservative though. But I grew up in an Irish Catholic family. I have so many gay family members and they're everybody's favorites. Nobody bats an eye. Everyone's like, oh, you're gay? Okay. Honey, you all know I just buried my favorite Uncle George, and he was in a gay leather fraternity, and I had to donate a bunch of leather saddles and Batman costumes and everything else. And I took out 30 love toys, and my 77-year-old mother nearly passed out with all the sex toys in there. Lord, help us. Okay, this Post article is so juicy, though. I like Hess. Very snarky, good writer. Monica Hess, questioning a lot about sister wives. Basically, she says, study the sister wives family if politicians want to know who people are voting for and what they're doing. And she also says, I think we got a question as viewers. Have we been duped for a decade with this family, as revealed last night? Ooh, what is Meri Brown's MLM? She has LuLaRoe leggings. And I think she's done extremely well. And Meri does LuLaRoe. Christine does Plexus tea. I always say it wrong. Janelle used to do Plexus, but now she's at Tadoff Farms. She's doing her farm. So a lot of them have done MLMs for a long time. Kody just kept Meri, Christine, and Janelle around for the cash. Kody is only scared of being poor. Well, good point. He said that. And look at it. And now, I mean, didn't he get what he wanted? He's in a $2 million home in Flagstaff. He's rich. Janelle was used the most, in my opinion. Well, you got to ask yourself, though, this article kind of brings up like, well, did they want to be used? Did they all kind of go along with it? Did they see a gravy train? Like, look, we're all married. We've all put in time. We used to love Kody. We've got these kids. Let's like ride it out for television and get the paychecks. I bet he owns the rights to Sister Wives. Becky says, great question. I don't know. You know how you would know? Look at the credits on Sister Wives, which I never have. Is Kody listed as a producer? Tammy says, I loved your interview with Suki. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Suki was awesome. I love Suki. I think Suki did a great job last night, pushing Christine about Kody and Christine's sex life. Girl. Suki, you've taken lessons from me because I want to know. I want to know about their sex lives, their money, Coyote Pass. He better buckle up. That mortgage money show won't last forever. We know how much Robyn loves working. Robyn ain't working again. She all done. Look, they're already doing season 20. So collectively as a family, they're making $1 million from that. Not in each of them are probably not making 1 million, but over $1 million in salaries. I haven't watched them yet. Gonna binge watch them today. Deborah, as our girl Hess from the Post says, it's the most riveting and boring show all at the same time. It's a great article. They're all like the typical couple on Facebook that seems so happy and then suddenly announces their divorce. It's so true, Tammy. It's so true. I try not to post too much about my husband. Then you all will be surprised when we stay together. You'll be like, "What? That bitch, she hasn't showed a picture of Schman in 2 years. They still together? Good for them." They're already making season 20. Kim, you are 100% correct. Season 20 already underway. All right, we're going to switch. Anybody else have any comments, feedback, thoughts on Sister Wives? But big article from the Washington Post today, making a lot of leaps. But I like it. And a lot of people waking up feeling as though the Sister Wives crew has duped us. The Sister Wives crew, have they duped us? A lot of people feel that way. Before we move on, there's over 300 of you now, almost 400 on our live. Share the live. We're going to be talking about Welcome to Plathville. If you know a person who is a fan of TLC shows, share this live with them right now. And also, I do my coffee mug giveaway at the start of every month. Would you like a Sarah Fraser Show free coffee mug? Our team sends it to you. All you need to do is go to Apple Podcasts. Don't do it on Spotify because they don't allow you to write reviews. Go to Apple, hit 5 stars, tell me what you love about the podcast, and then boop, screenshot your review, slide into my DMs with your address, and we will send you a free coffee mug, okay, from the show. Now, you only have until June 15th to do this because my coffee mug designer is moving. June 15th is the deadline. If you send me a review after that, I cannot guarantee that you can get a mug, okay? So before June 15th, send me a review. Boop, hit 5 stars. Tell me what you love about TSFS. And then you can sip your tea while we spill it here at TSFS, okay? So repeat the directions. Leaping Lulu says, Leaping Lulu, right now you go to Apple Podcasts on your phone, on your computer. You search The Sarah Fraser Show. You hit 5 stars and you leave a review. You tell me what you love about the show. Then you screenshot your review. You slide into my DMs on Instagram, on TikTok with your address, and we send you a free coffee mug. Go and do it. Okay, let's talk about Welcome to Plathville and Julie Chrisley. Real quick, please, I will give this woman credit on Instagram. It is not mine. I'm so sorry. Julie Chrisley has been spotted by an IG follower at a Target in Tennessee, 11 days post-prison. And honey, she looked good. She looks good. The Chrisleys are out of jail. They want to come back to TV for millions of dollars. They are already coming back with at least a docuseries. But have you ever seen anybody get out of the slammer and look this good? Julie Chrisley, excuse me, if you want to see the picture, it's up on my TikTok. Julie looked damn good. I thought this was like a prison. I thought there was horrible prison conditions. Where are they? But y'all love Julie Chrisley. You love the Chrisleys. And I will admit, Todd is very entertaining. He probably should still be in jail, but very entertaining. But Deborah says Julie Chrisley's eyes have a sadness. Oh, I could see that. Alexis Wimbley, who is Todd and Julie Chrisley's former daughter-in-law, was on my show, and she says Julie's like a sweetheart, and Todd kind of runs the show, and Julie's had to go along with a lot of things over the years because Todd just has that overwhelming personality, which I think we all could see. And I do, Deborah, it's funny. After you say that, I feel like there is a sadness there with her eyes. That's a good point. Someone says it's Ozempic face. That'll make you look sad. Well, you know what? A shot of Ozempic will make you look sad. People are saying, I agree. There's something about a sadness with Julie. I can't imagine Julie. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a lot more than we know going on in that family, like beneath the surface. I think so too. She looks great, but you can see it in her eyes that she's been through a lot. Oh, I also have that eye sadness, and I'm on Ozempic. I'm not laughing. I mean, do Ozempic, but Lord, the Ozempic will make you look sad, huh? I didn't know that. The Ozempic's got a lot of side effects. I don't know if it's worth it, honey. Let's talk about Welcome to Plathville. Over the weekend, Welcome to Plathville got a release date. Warner Brothers has announced, which is TLC, let's not get it confused. TLC has announced Tuesday, July 22nd, 10 p.m. Eastern, Pacific Standard Time. Welcome to Plathville is back. Welcome to Plathville is returning for a season 7. And guess what? As of now, Olivia Plath is back. But will Olivia Plath be edited out? If you are not up to speed on this, you can go and spend a whole afternoon. You'll get sucked in to Olivia Plath's TikTok and Instagram. Just about 10 days ago, she posted a video of her writing an email to the executives of TLC wanting out of her contract because she says that Ken, Ken who was dating Kim Plath, by the way, they're broken up. There's a little spoiler for you. Ken's out of the picture. Ken was dating Kim Plath. Ken, it's been resurfaced. This happens to a lot of people. It's been resurfaced that I think he shared, I don't know, like racist memes, or I think he's anti-BLM. There's something. I mean, Olivia Plath has said that they harbor, that TLC allows people who are allegedly racist, sexist, abusers to be on TV, and she wants out of her contract. So a couple of things. First of all, she confirmed that she's going to be on season 7. Then during a March 2025 Instagram post, Olivia described one alarming moment that was not shown on Welcome to Plathville, where she says it was edited out by producers. What was cut was Ethan Plath looking me in the eyes and saying very low on camera, very calm, quote, "Be careful what you say," to which I said, "Peace out. I'm not okay being verbally threatened," she wrote. Olivia also claimed that Ethan had slammed a chair into a bar during the same argument, and it was filmed. As of now, Ethan has not publicly addressed any of Olivia's allegations, given their breakup and her desire to move forward. Olivia Plath is expected to appear as of now in season 7. You guys. So this will be interesting. I feel like they're going to hold Olivia Plath to her contract, and she's going to be in this season, because they've already announced the release date, and she only sent this letter to executives like 10 days ago. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, people are asking me, you guys slide in my DMs all the time, what is going to be featured and shown on Welcome to Plathville? Because we do know that Micah Plath nearly had his nose ripped off in a fight with Isaac Plath after Lydia Plath's wedding. Did you follow that? Did you follow all that? I know that Lydia Plath's wedding is going to be about the season finale of the show. I don't know that we're going to see it, because my understanding is that cameras were not up in the late night hour when Micah Plath and Isaac got into a fight. There are also pictures. This actually really did happen. Veronica Peters has confirmed this fight, and there is a picture. There's picture proof of what Micah Plath's nose looks like post-fight, and it's sad. It's sad. I don't know that he is going to ever model again. But this season is going to be explosive. We have Lydia Plath's wedding. By the way, she is shining. Like, Lydia Plath is killing it. She's going to be on Ginger and Jeremy's pod. If you're like, Ginger and Jeremy pod, who's that? Ginger Duggar? Ginger Duggar, who has a podcast. Ginger Duggar and Lydia Plath have been hanging out here in California, and they're getting ready to drop a podcast episode. So that will be very interesting. But we are getting this whole thing. So someone says, wowzers. A wowzer says, a white guy that lives in Florida being racist? No way. I know, like, I wasn't that shocked either. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, are we shocked that have we seen Ken on TV? Are we shocked that he posted some anti-BLM? Like, I'm not shocked. I do stand with Olivia Plath, though. I do think Ethan Plath was abusive to her. I 100% believe that. Hands down. And I want Olivia Plath to be back on this podcast. Like, I have so many questions. Come back, girl. So what's going to happen in season 7? Well, we're going to see Kim and Meri Plath are still finalizing their divorce. We are going to see Lydia Plath move to Washington, D.C. with her new man, who she is still reportedly with. And she and Ethan had not spoken until this spring. Ethan Plath is going to debut a new girlfriend. Isaac Plath is dating someone. Ken and Kim have broken up. Lydia Plath is getting married. We will see if Olivia Plath does appear on this or if the network edits her out. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. That is what we've got. I'm so proud of Olivia. She's a strong, independent woman that doesn't take any crap. Aren't there people like that in all states? Yeah, I think so. And here's the thing. I think the thing with Ken is I don't think Ken is a paid member. Like, I don't think Ken is really an employee of TLC. I think that's why Ken was allowed to appear on TV, because I can tell you this for a fact. You guys know this. I say this all the time. I worked for Fox, the Fox local affiliate in DC for years. When I tell you the legal team, like everything had to be vetted. Everybody was vetted. Everyone. That's on the news side. So on television, they are not putting these people on TV. If they have criminal past, like, of course, if they do something like majorly criminal while they're under contract, they're fired, which is what happened to Mahmoud and Nicole. Remember Mahmoud and Nicole on 90 Day Fiance? He beat her up, allegedly. That was a whole incident here. They're gone. Angela Deem and Michael. Angela and Michael are not. Angela Deem is done. She's not going to be back on the network now that all this has come out with she and Michael. Like, it's done. What about Mariah Plath? We're going to see Mariah Plath from what I know. I think Mariah Plath is really struggling, like mental health wise, but she is on the season. And I actually think it's good that I think a lot's happening with Ethan. I think a lot is happening. Veronica Peters is going to be on it. A lot is happening with Ethan, Olivia, Veronica, Lydia's. I think it's good for Mariah. I think we are going to see Mariah, but I think in a limited capacity, which is good for her mental health. I feel like the network is very shady. They let us get too far. Okay, look, I don't know. I don't work for TLC. I have a great relationship with them. Obviously, a lot of people come on my show. I don't know the inner workings. I know that I worked for a network for a long time, and I can tell you, like, everything was vetted. So these individuals that go on television that are paid, again, I don't believe Ken, the boyfriend of Kim Plath, was ever paid. So he's not a legal employee. But maybe Olivia Plath and Veronica Peters know more than I do. Maybe Ken was paid. But if he wasn't paid, I don't think they're going to vet as much like his social media posts. Ethan, I don't know. Has Ethan been charged with domestic violence? Does Ethan have a criminal record? Well, I would think fans could find that out for sure. Okay. So anyhow, there's what I know about Welcome to Plathville, July 22nd, July 10th. July's going to be a big month. While we're all on vacation, we're going to have a lot to watch. Oh, Kim got a DUI while on the show. Oh, she did get a DUI. Well, they must have varying degrees of, that's a good question. That's a good question. But then on Bravo, you got Gina Kirschenheiter who got a DUI. You got Shannon Bedore who got a DUI. I mean, people say Karen Huger's going to be back on Bravo. I think all the networks, I'm not saying it's right, but I don't know that they care about DUIs. Karen Huger reportedly going to be back when she's out of jail for doing her DUI. We will see. We will see. Anyhow, okay. Let's move on. So RHOC is coming out July 10th. Have you watched the trailer? Couldn't be more excited. RHOC, what you need to know is Tamra Judge is allegedly being accused of having an affair behind Eddie's back. Do we believe this? Do we believe this? What? Okay, go and run and watch the RHOC trailer. It is so good. I'm here for it. I couldn't be more here for it. Here for it. Last thing too, on today's podcast, Monique Samuels, friend of this show. Well, I think she's still a friend. I don't know. I don't know if she is. I consider her a friend. My girl, Monique Samuels, coming back to RHOP. Now, I never thought this day would happen, but she's so back in a friend capacity for RHOP. She's on the Pride float with Giselle and Ashley Darby. What? Excuse me? I didn't think we were getting a Monique Samuels back. But we are. We are getting Monique Samuels back. Famously, she exited the reality series in 2020. Well, 5 years later, her comeback is, of course, went viral over the past week. She is, of course, divorced from Chris Samuels, but she has 3 children. Chris, they were married for 11 years. Melania is 9, and her sons Christopher, 12, and Chase. Monique's in a totally different place, she tells people.com, and fans will see that. She's excited to show who she is now, not as a wife, not just as a mom, but as a woman starting over and taking on life on her own terms. I love Monique. This is huge that she is back. We all know, of course, famously, she had that huge fight with Candace Dillard Bassett, which was extremely explosive on camera and led to Monique exiting the show after that. But she is back, and I cannot wait to see her unfiltered and see what her family is up to. So I'm liking... it's funny. The only announcement I'm not wild about is Rachel Zoe. Everybody loves Rachel Zoe, but I'm not sure if I'm feeling Rachel Zoe on RHOBH. Are you guys? Do we feel? I'm just like, maybe it's Jenna Lyons who's left a bad taste in my mouth, but I'm like, ugh. I don't know. Jenna Lyons was such a letdown. It's like, is Rachel Zoe going to bring it on the next season of RHOBH? I don't know. Okay, Sister Wives, dish please. Well, we just wrapped up Sister Wives. You'll have to listen to the Sarah Fraser Show podcast. Don't you get bored talking about people you don't know? No, I love it. Sarah, I have to say, if you put yourself on TV, we're going to talk about you. It's such great escapism. No, I love talking about people, especially people that voluntarily if they do it to themselves, 100%, we talk about them. I don't like talking about people who don't put themselves on TV unless they want to be on the podcast. And then I don't mind that at all. Rachel Zoe was great on her own show. Well, somebody loved Jenna Lyons. Okay. Oh my God. Well, what do I know? There you go. Jenna to me was, I love Jenna Lyons. It was so boring. It was so boring. But people did like Rachel Zoe on her own show, so maybe she'll bring it. Okay, you guys, make sure that you write a podcast review before June 15th. Also, Father's Day is this weekend. Still time to take advantage of my discount code on all my podcasting courses. So you need to go to gobigpodcasting.com. Do you want a top podcast? Do you want to be mentioned in the Washington Post like we just were? There are podcasters making an entire living off talking about sister wives. Hello, here I am. Okay. If the man in your life, if it's for you or the man in your life, get yourself a Father's Day gift, right? He wouldn't be a father without you. I guess that's what Mother's Day is for. Anyhow, gobigpodcasting.com, dad15, you get 15% off. Podcasting 101 is $9 because it's under $9 with the discount code dad15. Podcasting for pros, great start. Right around $200, and of course it's less than that with the code. And then your 6-figure master plan is literally how you can be making thousands of dollars a month podcasting. I've been doing it for 9 years. I'm a top podcaster, been mentioned in every news outlet. You want to take that. If you have a podcast and you're like, God, why isn't it growing? Why am I not making money? Or the dad in your life that wants a podcast. I'm telling you, I would have paid... Oh my God, I would have paid $3,000. My course is less than $900. If someone had given me the roadmap 9 years ago of how to make money, what podcast network to pitch to, if guests are even worth having, do guests generate downloads or no? GoBigPodcasting.com and use the promo code DAD15. Okay. That's a kiss, by the way. Okay, bye. Bye.